Let's play a game. Did they appeal me? Did I get unbanned from Dandy's World? The answer is no, of course not. Why would I? I deserve it. With that being said, though, I listened to your guys' recommendations, and you guys wanted me to make an original character in Dandy's World. So I had a great idea. I am going to do 3 things. One of them is I'm going to come up with the concept of a Dandy's World character. The second thing is I'm going to try to draw this Dandy's World characters. Number 3, I'm going to have to tell you who this person's friends would be. And secretly, number 4, we're going to get some art made for my original character. That's right, Hopeless OC Inbound. So to start things off, let's explore all the other tunes, what's all available, and what type of a tune has not been made yet? What has been neglected? So for those of you that don't know, here's the list of regular tunes. And down here is the main character tunes. And of course, there's an unplayable tune of Dandy. And we're not going to touch unplayable tunes. No. We're not going to do that. Dandy has a place of their own. They will forever only be the only unplayable tunes. We're not making that. But the question is, are we going to make a main character tune or are we going to make a regular tune? I'm going to go ahead and spin a wheel and see which one we're going to make. All right, went ahead and just put main and regular a bunch of times on the wheel. We're going to go ahead and shuffle it up a couple times and up. But personally, I have no preference on what gets picked here. I'll be happy either way. But are we making a main tune or a regular tune? It looks like really close. We are going to be making ourselves a regular tune. It's not inherently boring. It just means that they're not going to have 2 hearts and they are technically shouldn't be as overpowered. So when we investigate regular tunes further, there's a pretty much overlying, I guess, build. Every single one of these characters has pretty subpar / mediocre stats, and with one ability, one either being passive or an active ability. For example, if you were to use Brightney or Brittany, you would get the ability to shine lights on Twisteds to make them visible during blackouts for 8 seconds and has a cooldown of 45 seconds. Or you could have a passive ability like Boxton, where you get a 6% extraction speed for every alive tune for the round, and it maxes out at 48%. Or you could be like Shrimpo, and your ability be the fact that your stealth is drastically lower than any other tune, and only play the tune if you're looking for a challenge. So you could just do that. That is also a possibility. And we should also make it so our tune isn't super expensive, because I do believe the most expensive normal tune is in fact Goob. Goob costs $17.50. Maybe Flutter costs more? No, $1,300. Maybe Glisten probably does, right? Yeah, so we can't have more than 2,500 Iker. That is the most that we can have for a normal tune. And there are some 5-star tunes, so we can't keep that in mind. For example, Glisten does have 5-star extraction speed, which is insane for a normal tune. I wasn't recording. Oh my gosh, how long was I not recording for? I have no idea how much I just missed. Okay, so the answer is you guys missed a lot. So I figured out what my base design for my character is going to be. So obviously there's multiple different types of distractors from the main tunes. For those of you that don't know, I don't think I showed it. I spun a wheel between if I was going to get an extractor or a distractor, and I am a distractor. So I was looking at all the tunes that are regular and distractors and seeing what we're missing. As far as distractors go, we have Tegan, kind of. Tisha is a distractor. Scraps is. Razzle's half of a distractor. Goob is definitely a distractor. He's the best regular distractor. And that's probably about it. So what I was thinking what could be kind of cool is Scraps is a distractor, but they're not a very good one, right? They have a 2-star movement speed, but a stamina of 5. I was thinking it would be kind of cool, kind of quirky. We basically took that stat line and just flipped it, right? So we made our stamina 2 stars and our movement speed 5. So ridiculously fast, but we have like negative stamina. Because some people would say, oh dude, what do you mean? That's literally just Pebbles. That's literally Pebbles. And I would say, nay. Pebbles has the stamina of a racehorse. He has 4-star stamina. So we're basically adding a type of character that doesn't really exist in the game. So with that being said, we're basically making the reverse Scraps, right? So health bar is 3, which is fine because we are a regular tune. Skill check being at 2 makes sense because once again, we are in fact a distractor. But this is the fun one. This is the important one. What is our movement speed gonna be? But above 5. We're gonna make it so we are an absolute workhorse. We are gonna be able to turn on the jets. But since our movement speed's so high, what does that mean our stamina is going to be? 2. Like I said, the reverse Scraps, we're only going to have 2 stamina. And with that being said, we're going to kind of base our character like the opposite of a Scraps. So Scraps is kind of a cat. So our characters kind of look like a little bit of a doggy. So think about when you come home from school, right? Knock, knock, knock. You walk in. If you have a dog, how excited is that dog to see you? They're wagging their tail. They're the most obvious thing in the world. If I could do 0 stealth, I would. Only 1 stealth makes a sense for our character. You'd be like, oh, dude, that's literally just Goob. You literally just made Goob. I would disagree, as Goob, you can see, has a movement speed of 4 and a stamina of 4. Is he doggish? Not really either. He just loves giving hugs. He's just a huggy guy. So 5 movement speed, 2 stamina, 1 stealth. What's the extraction on Scraps? They still have a 3-star extraction speed, and considering it is a normal tune, you don't want to tank it too bad. I'd say 3 sounds about right for an extraction speed. That makes sense. I'm totally okay with that. But what is our ability going to be? Obviously, we want our character to be decent, so we could base it on our weakness. Our weakness clearly being that we have like negative stamina. So let's think long and hard about how we want to do this character. I think it would be cool if it had some type of an ability where even though I only have two stamina bars, we somehow replace stamina really fast. Because obviously with certain trinkets, this tune would be very good. And we have to give a trinket for when you master this tune as well. Obviously, we want to restore stamina as much as possible. I think it would be really cool if they just had the passive ability where there is 50% more likely to be a box of chocolates that spawns on the map. And when the box of chocolates spawns, it's highlighted for this tune. What do you guys think of that? I mean, I'll say some other ideas, but I like that a lot because there are other tunes that's mechanics are based on items. For example, V has the nearest uncompleted machine highlighted for them. Sprout has other tunes highlighted for them. And there is one tune that has the passive ability that has items highlighted, but for some reason I can't think of it. Regardless, it exists. It exists. So, I really do like that ability, so I think I am going to lock it in. There we go. We're going to lock that in. 50% increase to spawn box of chocolates on each floor. And if you don't know what the box of chocolate does, upon use, it increases your max stamina by 25 and your run speed by 10% for 10 seconds. But the beautiful appeal of this is that it can be used 5 times. So that's the idea of why our character would want this. And we can make it that their character quirk is that they loved sweets. They love sweets, and that's their whole character, their whole gag. Is that they're constantly looking for chocolate, specifically the box of chocolates. And with their ability, the box of chocolates get spawned in more, also more likely to be shown in the shop, because it is very rare. So it's not like you're guaranteed to get it, but whenever you go on a floor and it's spawned in, it will be highlighted for this character, which I like a lot. And we don't really care too much about the requirements. I mean, I guess it could be a brother/sister to Scraps and Goob. So 50% mastery on both. You have 50% mastery on both and 2000 Ichor. Because I'd say this is a little bit worse than Glisten. So 2000 Ichor seems fair. And you have to have 50% mastery on Scraps and Goob. I think that's really good. So now that we have this, I did say I would try my best to draw this tune. So it's drawing time, and I do have a drawing board, a drawing pad, so I'm gonna go get the drawing pad for you guys. I'm gonna actually try my hardest. All right, Hopeless tries not to face reveal challenge. As you guys can see here, I got this pen, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna try to draw this character. I have no artistry ability whatsoever, so please do try and keep that in mind. Okay, we're gonna try to keep this as simple as possible, right? So let's make some ears. Let's make a head. Let's make a head. Ear. That's the start. Here we go. Pull this down. This looks really bad. This looks really bad so far. I kind of want him to be a chunker, a little tubby boy. So let's give him a belly. That is a belly. Wow, that is a belly. That's for sure. And then just some legs. Just nothing crazy. Just a couple little legs here. Here we go. Great. Look at this. I'm making the weight bigger so I can fill it in. Fill. This is really satisfying. This is really nice. I've had this drawing board on the back burner for I don't know how long, and today I thought of a way to finally use it. So that's pretty cool, you know? Gotta make the weight a little bit smaller so I can fill in this. Bada beachy, bada boom, pow. Wow, this looks so bad. It's not like I'm not trying. It's like there's like, it's like minimum effort, but like, wow. That's bad. I'm gonna fill in a little bit. Maybe that'll make it look a little bit better. Okay, I mean, it boils down to what the eyes look like. Let's give it some eyeballs first before we just straight up put in some eyes, right? Turn down the weight of this. Let's go ahead and draw some. That's too small. When did you guys ever think there'd be a day where you witnessed hopeless drawing an original character? There we got the eyeballs, and then we'll go with some blue eyes. Then we're gonna need to draw the arms, of course. Can't forget about these beautiful things. Boom, there we go. Amazing. And then the mouth. That is my drawing. That's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, guys, I know it's not great, ain't pretty, but at least I tried. I'm gonna get art. We're gonna get art made. Let's do it. But first, let's think of a trinket that our toon is gonna give once you have reached the 100% mastery on it and claim it. I think a trinket, this is a pretty standard one. Honestly, no, we'll make it quirky. We'll make it that you can buy a box of chocolate if Dandy has it for like 20 tapes. Like a significant decrease in buying a box of chocolate or just chocolate from Dandy. I like that. Just a discount, like a major discount for just chocolates. Back to a blank canvas. And now for our art, let's think. How would I describe my toon? I know a lot of people shun and hate AI, but for the sake of a fun and cool video, I'm gonna be using AI art, and this is how I described my toon. I described him as a super cartoonish looking dog that's happy, comma, that has chocolate on his face, and he's eating out a box of chocolate with a guilty face. So a happy, guilty looking doggy. Let's see what the AI is able to create with that. Just don't mind me, just waiting here. Here are what the images look like that just got made. This is what they think my toon would look like. It obviously has no real Dandy's World flair. I could probably hit up someone in my Discord to make this, so if they do, I'll probably use it as a thumbnail, which would be really, really cool. But here's our guilty little doggy who loves his chocolates, who's a speedy boy who doesn't have much stamina because he's a little tubby because he eats so much chocolate. That's why he doesn't have his stamina. Our character is flushed together perfectly, in my opinion. But most importantly, we gotta give our guy a name. We haven't gave our little chocolatey loving creature a name yet. What is going to be the name of our absolute stud of a toon? Brother to sister of Goob and Scraps. What would be a fitting name? Obviously, when naming toons, a lot of toons, names have to do with what they are. For example, Boxton, Brightney, Flutter, Scraps, kind of, Shrimpo is a dead giveaway, and Shelly, Sprout, you know, they all kind of have a similar resemblance to what they are. I don't want to just play on the word dog, but for some reason, this name's really, really, really calling out to me, so I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna do it. I really like this name. Rex's. It's Rex's. It's not Rex. It's not Rexies. Rexer. It's Rexus. Or Rexus. It's a little doggy who loves chocolate, and his name is Rexus. Either way, without further ado, that is going to be it for this video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed my original character. Let me know if you guys would even play my original character. Let me know your original characters that you have made down below. Send them to me in the Discord. Either way, without further ado, that is going to be it today for this episode. And I'll see you guys all again tomorrow. I really hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and like if you haven't already. All right. Toodaloo. Did I just say toodaloo?